Hello, good morning, my dear students, friends, and followers. First of all, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, Literary Chamber. And second thing is, I hope you are all fine, and same is the case with me. And as you know, we have been actually dealing with this topic of narration, and 2 cases we have done so far till date. And today I am again with a topic that is exclamatory case here, change of narration with regard to exclamatory sentences. Okay, my dear students, so let us first of all understand what is meant by this exclamatory sentence. As some of you might be aware and some might not be, those who have crossed their plus 2 level, and we can say those who are under graduates and postgraduates, they also they already know something about this, and those who are yet at the beginning, and we can say who are in 10th or 11th or 12th, it takes them time to understand the things. So to make it easy and comprehensible for them, I am going to explain it in a simple and precise way. Okay, dear students, this change of narration, as you know, till date we have gone through change of rule of tense and change of rule of pronouns. Okay, so now we have dealt with 2 cases. In addition to the basic rules, we have dealt with 2 cases. One was assertive, or what we say declarative, and next was interrogative. Okay, and I hope you will have understood those very 2 topics, and if there remains anything still to be explained, you please give me feedback and I shall deliver, no problem. This exclamatory case has some sort of different notion as compared to interrogative and as compared to this assertive or declarative. Okay, dear. First of all, so let's understand this exclamatory. First of all, the word exclamation, which means expression or any sort of outburst, what we say, of our strong desire, feeling, emotion, etc. So the sentence, as the name suggests, the sentence which is going to express such sort of feelings, such sort of desires, such sort of emotions, and we can say outburst of our desires and emotions, that type of sentence is called exclamatory sentence, which shows our strong desire, which shows our strong feelings, which shows our strong emotions. Okay, because human behavior, language is connected to our behavior as well. Sometimes we express joy, sometimes we express sorrow, sometimes we express wonder, sometimes we express surprise, sometimes we express our what we say sadness. There are certain emotions that we express while we are speaking, while we are narrating things. So we can say this language is connected to our, linked to our behavior, human behavior. So how our behavior is going to be, the language can express in such a way. So let us be precise. This exclamatory sentence, as the name suggests, is a sentence which expresses a strong desire, emotion, outburst of emotion or feeling. जैसा कि मैंने अभी कहा है थोड़ी देर पहले कि ये जो exclamatory sentence है, ये हमारे strong desires को, हमारी emotions को एक्सप्रेस करता है, या जो इसका आउटबर्स्ट है, जो इसका आउटबर्स्ट मीन्स फूट पड़ जाना, टू गेट आउट ऑल ऑफ अ सडन. Okay, so now let us understand what sort of expressions or phrases we use in these exclamatory sentences when we are in direct narration. जब direct narration में हम बात करते हैं तो कौन सी expressions, कौन से words का, कौन सी phrases का use करते हैं हम. So let us understand this, how it goes. Okay, this hurrah, commonly known term to students, we use this expression or phrase hurrah, ha, wow, wow, when we are feeling what we say full of joy, we are feeling happy. Okay, so this hurrah or ha, it symbolizes, or we can say it signifies joy. So in direct narration, direct speech, the use of hurrah is done there. So we shall remember that in indirect narration it will be changed into joy. How it will go ahead in the lecture? Okay, you just notice these expressions. Now this is alas. Alas or oh, it expresses sorrow, regret or loss. जैसे कि मैंने अभी कहा, अगर हमारे पास दुख है, इसको एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं, या हम अफसोस कर रहे हैं, रिग्रेट कर रहे हैं, या किसी चीज के खो जाने का इजहार कर रहे हैं, लॉस दिखा रहे हैं हम अपने मतलब एक्सप्रेशन से, तो वी यूज अलास ओ, मतलब ब्रीफ एग्जांपल, अलास इज डेड, नोट ऑफ एक्सक्लेमेशन एट द एंड. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट वन इज नंबर थर्ड दैट is here to be noted, that is we say sometimes we appreciate somebody, we give him applause, जिसको हम कहते हैं उर्दू या हिंदी में कहते हैं किसी को शाबाशी देना या पीठ थपथपाना. हाँ, तो हम उस वक्त ये एक्सप्रेशन यूज करते हैं ब्रेवो, वेल डन. तो उसके लिए हमारे पास जो टर्म है दैट इज applause, and when we use this applause as a verb, it is then written as applauded or applaud. Okay, so this next term is pu, Shah, pu and Shah. When this p is aspirated, linguistic term, aspiration and aspirated and unaspirated. Okay, this is called then pronounced as fu, and this is then pronounced as fa or Shah, whatever it is if the p remains silent. Okay, so this expresses contempt. This expresses contempt. When we show contempt towards, means we are not agreeing with that, we are not happy with that. Okay, so these are the expressions we use in direct speech when the case is exclamatory. When the case is exclamatory. So how to change these? Let us go to the examples directly. I think the better way is to get the illustrations, to get the examples, so that we can understand it in a better way. For example, first case, that is hurrah, which expresses joy. Let me give you a practical example. Boys are coming back from play field and they have won the match, and their captain says, hurrah, we have won the match. When it is written, it has note of exclamation. He says, when we express it in direct narration, we can write it as the captain said, hurrah, then note of exclamation and we have won the match and full stop. When there is this exclamatory term, this expression, the note of exclamation is at the end of it, not at the end of sentence. Okay, I will show it here in the example practically how it goes. So we convert this sentence in indirect speech as when the direct statement is hurrah, we have won the match, so we express it as, we change it into indirect narration as the captain exclaimed with joy. The captain exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. They had won the match. They had won the match. Then, when this exclamation, to clear here, when this reporting verb part is complete, when we convert this into exclaimed with joy, exclaimed with sorrow, regret, loss, etc., wonder, contempt, when this part is completed, then we go to next part, that is reported speech. And there we have to take into consideration again the rules of change for tense and change for pronoun. That will go accordingly as they use it to change in the previous cases, that is declarative or assertive and this interrogator. Okay, dear students, let me present here some examples so that the case becomes clear. And inshallah then we shall go to imperative case. Okay, be attentive. Okay, my dear students, let us go with some examples here so that we comprehend, we understand it easily and in a precise way. And the most important thing is we remember it for future use. The most important thing is that, because I would like to quote here a philosopher who says, whatever you read during a day doesn't matter, and whatever you learning at the end of the day, that makes you learned one. जितना भी हम दिन में पढ़ते हैं वो बिल्कुल कोई मायने नहीं रखता है. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे हमारे पास मतलब स्टोर कितना है, हम कितनी नॉलेज रिटेन कर पाते हैं, तो दैट मैटर्स अ लॉट व्हेन इट इज द टॉक ऑफ एग्जामिनेशंस एंड एनी अदर थिंग. ओके, सो लेट अस स्टार्ट फ्रॉम फर्स्ट वेरी एग्जांपल, दैट इज द टॉक ऑफ व्हेन इट इज एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ जॉय. ओके डियर स्टूडेंट्स, the very first example is, he said, hurrah, we have won the match. And let me convert these examples into indirect speech. Okay, when we convert this into indirect speech, we write it as in this way. he exclaimed with joy. He exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. Here we have won the match, present perfect tense, and they had won the match. And so far as this they, it is what we say alternative of we, because as already told earlier in earlier videos that this first person singular or plural is changed according to subject of reporting verb. Okay, dear students. So this we have won the match is changed into they had won the match. Simple change, present perfect to past perfect. But the matter is here. The point to be noted is here. He exclaimed with joy because the expression is hurrah. If it is wa, if it is ha, so same will be the conversion. Same will be the conversion. Okay. Then next case is they said, alas, the ship has drowned. They said, alas, the ship has drowned. Okay, now let us convert this into indirect speech. They exclaimed with sorrow that the ship had drowned. They exclaimed with sorrow that the ship had drowned. अगर कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश करेंगे मीनिंग को हिंदी में, उर्दू में, तो इसका मतलब है कि they said, उन्होंने कहा, alas, हाय, अफसोस है, the ship has drowned, जहाज डूब गया. तो यहाँ पर मकसद है इसका कि उन्होंने अफसोस का इजहार करते हुए कहा कि शिप डूब गया था. तो this is the way to change this case of alas. Okay. Now the third one is the teacher said to students. The teacher said to students, bravo, you have performed very well in your midterm examination. The teacher said to students, comma inverted commas begin, bravo, note of exclamation, you have performed very well in your midterm examination. So let us change this. The teacher applauded the students that they had performed very well. That whatever it is written ahead, that is now self-explanatory, need not be written here again. Okay, the direct statement is the teacher said to students, bravo, you have performed very well in your midterm examination. And indirect version is the teacher applauded the students that they had performed very well in their midterm examination, whatever it is. In class test, in final term examination, in any other unit test, etc., whatever the case may be. So we can convert this in this way. Then some more examples. The father said to his son, let us take a homely example. A son has just come back from school and he's announced in his family that I have passed my grade, that means 10th, 11th, 12th, and his parents give him applause. They appreciate him. Well done, my dear son, well done. You have done very great thing. So we change such sort of sentences in this way. The parents exclaimed with joy, or they exclaimed with applause. They exclaimed with applause. Yeah, in this way, the parents applauded their child that he had done it very well. Okay. So, my dear students, let us go to next case. That is, he said to his son, "Foo, it is not time." He said to his son, "Foo, it is not time." So let us convert this. He exclaimed with content that it was not done on part of his child, the son. Okay, dear. He exclaimed with contempt that it was not done. यानी it means it is not, when we say it's not done means आपने ठीक काम नहीं किया. Okay, तो है the father exclaimed with contempt that his son had not done very well or he had not done a good thing. So this conversion is like going to be like this. He exclaimed with contempt that it was not done on part of his son or child or daughter, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. Okay, dear students, you can convert. You can take your own examples like this. You can create, and better is to practice on your own, not to copy the things from internet, to copy the things from Google source, etc. and references. No doubt you should consult those really, but then you should try on your own and practice it again and again, so that you become perfect in it. Okay, dear students. Now let us go to some more sentences. But that are not going to be like this, where these hurrah, bravo, well done, such expressions are not used. You might have heard sometimes in your text there is written, what a fine God, what a fine rose, what a beautiful rose. Oh, what an ugly monster. What a shabby picture. Okay, such sort of expressions you would have noticed it in your texts, in your grammar books. What does these what do these expressions express? What do they show? ये expressions क्या दिखाती है? They also express the surprise, wonder, etc. They are also exclamatory sentences. ये भी exclamatory sentences है. Now the case is how to change those very exclamatory sentences. It is one more matter here. Okay, so let us go to that, and you just be into it. I shall be back 1 minute. Okay, my dear students, I am telling you just about the sentences that are not going to use the expressions like hurrah, bravo, well done, alas, poofa, etc. तो ओ हे वाह वगैरह जिनमें ये एक्सप्रेशन नहीं आ जाती है, तो उन सेंटेंसेस के बारे में हम कैसे मतलब चेंज करते हैं, उनको हम कैसे कन्वर्ट करते हैं देन इनटू इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच. सो लेट अस कंसंट्रेट हियर. Okay, my dear students, let me take some examples. He said, commas begin. What a beautiful girl. Note of exclamation at the end. He said, what a beautiful girl. The exam situation is like this, that actually this third person he saw a girl coming from other side, and when he looked at her, he all of a sudden said, he expressed it with wonder, surprise, we can say, what a beautiful girl. So how to change this? You just notice here. He exclaimed with surprise or wonder that the girl was very beautiful. He exclaimed with surprise or wonder that the girl was very beautiful. Okay, next example. They said, what an ugly monster, what an ugly monster it is. Collectively, they said, what an ugly monster it is. This is the spell of monster. Okay. They exclaimed with wonder, or we can use shock, that the monster was very ugly. Okay, dear students. Next example. sailors said, how terrible the storm was. The sailors said how terrible the storm was. Okay, dear students. The sailors exclaimed with regret that the storm was very terrible. Okay, dear students, these are the examples which will facilitate us, which will help us to understand the change of direct speech into indirect speech when the case is what we say this exclamatory. Okay, I hope you would have got to some extent, and if there is any more query. And before leaving here, I would again like to recall you that you just be a watcher, follower and subscriber of my YouTube channel, that is Literary Chamber, and you share with others so that others are also benefited, and we shall be at your disposal 24/7. Thank you.